This podcast is a production of Unfiltered Studios. If you would like to know more about joining Unfiltered Studios, please visit our website at unfpod.com for more information.
It's Megalodon. He's kidding, right?
Rated PG-13. Experience it in IMAX August 10th.
Come on!
They're the most deadly animal in history. The Megs are evolving.
Never seen this before. They hunted him back. I got this.
Meg 2, The Trench, rated PG-13, August 4th.
Remixed, reloaded, re-edited.
Sometimes we get so deep into conversation that we have separate segments worthy of their own place in the sun.
Here is a reshuffled mini episode.
I've been really stoked for this. The Meg.
Yeah, well, you're talking to a massive Jason Statham fan, so I'm not going to hear any negatives.
It's so wild how, like, it was people who saw the trailer and were like, that looks like shit, went to see it. People who were like, that looks like a hell of a fun time, in the spirit of Jurassic Park scientists in a Deep Blue Sea type mainstream shark movie. And it's PG-13, but that's fine, you know?
Yeah.
As we know from... It's funny how when you have to have the ratings bicker in, it's like you see in violent war and sci-fi movies, it's like, yeah, they often get an R rating, they're too gory, but if they're creatures or if you make the blood black instead of red, you can get a PG-13. Like, especially with Lord of the Rings, and the same thing here is like, okay, so even though it might be CGI, you can still show some gore because it's, you know, if it's like a Western where, you know, someone got trampled over by a horse or it's a realistic bullet instead of a mindless bloodshed, then you can usually be lenient and get whatever rating you want generally. And it is wild how they were just like, I have rarely encountered anybody who just seemed like a downer on this. They're like, okay, so it's inspired by Stephen Alten's sci-fi. And even though he's doing some supposed research, you know, he's done 8 of these novels apparently.
Yeah, I think that's true.
And take this as duly noted. No one went into this expecting complete realism. I was mainly stoked by... And this is what I hate about people politicizing countries. I see nothing wrong with taking a big budget producer at Paramount, Lorenzo di Bonaventura in this case, you know, working this for Warner Brothers, and then filming it, you know, overseas, splitting the bill with some Chinese companies. Because to me personally, the international cast is really what made it work for me. I'm like, awesome. Yeah. You got Chinese actors, Li Bingbing, who you might have seen in the Forbidden Kingdom, and she's been in some other stuff, and I wish she would be in even more just kind of everyday movies, but yeah, she's apparently a singer as well, and I just find her very charming and likable. And then Winston Chao, who's a Taiwanese actor, you've seen him in some Hong Kong production, and then Cliff Curtis. Anytime I see that New Zealander, I'm like, oh, he's going to bring it. You've seen him in Blow, Three Kings. He's the Latino gang leader in Training Day. You've seen him in other blockbusters like Push and Doctor Sleep and Avatar 2. And here I was like, awesome. After I've been a fan since Die Hard 4, I'm like, wow. So he knows how to bring it when he's in scientific mode, like being a scientist character. And Rainn Wilson still in Dwight mode. He's being the billionaire. So Office fans, check it out just for him. Trust me, you'll praise me later. And then Jason Statham. Oh, Jason Statham. Actually, no. And a lot of people who I thought would hate this really went gentle on it, and then other people who didn't like it at the time kind of came around on it. They're like, it's just fun. I need to stop being so stuck up. It's fun. There's some other Aussie actors in this. TV actress Jessica McNamee is in here, and Robert Taylor, who many will know as one of the agents in the original Matrix, but he is now best known for being the title sheriff on Longmire.
Yeah.
So, sheriff? Yeah, I was kind of stoked. I'm like, what's he gonna do? He's always a medical doctor, huh?
Yeah.
So, I love the production design in this movie. I know many people won't see this if they're not into Statham films, and because Ruby Rose is very problematic behind the scenes. And this movie, she's very beautiful as the engineer. But I think, to the movie's credits, John Turtletub's known for just doing all kinds of unusual blockbusters and comedies of all things. I think I had fun with this because everybody involved was working outside their comfort zone. And I dug the whole scuba boat like design and everything. And everybody is also kind of implied as being so atypical and unusual. I'm just like, yeah, of course they're scientists. They're just so weird. So maybe call that a stereotype, but it's a great movie stereotype.
Yeah, I mean, I can.
They're having fun.
I can sum up the reactions to the Meg when we saw the trailer. I can't remember which movie it was. I went to see a movie with my wife, and the trailer for the Meg came on, and my wife just kind of shook her head and rolled her eyes, and I went, "I'm there. I'm definitely going to see this movie the moment it opens." And I wasn't disappointed at all. I thought it was great. It looks really good. They've clearly spent a decent amount of cash on it to make it look good.
Yeah.
The fact that it's a joint production, got no problem with that, because if you're going to share the cost out, why not? I mean, way back
You'll love this.
You'd got kind of Tower and Inferno. You'd got two studios, because the Tower and Inferno was going to cost a huge chunk of money. Why not have two studios share the cost of the movie?
That's what they're doing, basically.
And then you got the Tower and Inferno out of that. So and I'm not saying Meg is the Tower and Inferno of 2018, but
I know what you mean. It's just splitting the bill. It's meant to be a genre movie, and believe it or not, Icelandic actor. He's an American actor, but he's originated in Iceland. Olfar Dari Olafsson is in this movie as the Wall. He's a member of the crew, and I had no idea. The man's been acting for years, and I take it back. Okay, so he was in a movie called The Deep. I had it mistaken for 1977's The Deep. Okay, but he's so again, I like that this is an international cast, because looking at his resume, I've seen him in a bunch of blockbuster movies. I've seen him in Beowulf and Grendel, and he's been in some other Gerard Butler productions. I've seen him in The Spy Who Dumped Me in a key scene as a backpacker, and The White King, Last Witch Hunter, and the serial killer movie A Walk Among the Tombstones, and Walter Mitty. So again, I like this international cast. Like, they all have something fun to do. I dug Paige Kennedy as the engineer. They give him the nickname DJ because he's messing with all the equipment. But yeah, Statham doesn't overpower the movie. I do applaud how he's like, okay, I'm the first one on the call sheet, but I'm gonna ultimately, using my rescue diver skills, I saved a nuclear submarine, so therefore I know how to kill a shark. It's like, okay, cool. But I feel like everyone plays off each other well. It really is a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I think the romance angle is quite unusual for this movie as well. It's really well done, considering it's a big popcorn movie. That kind of emotional punch in the sort of middle of it. It actually works. You'd think, oh, this is going to be really, really corny, but it actually does work. It's a good part of the movie, and it doesn't really bog it down either. So I've got a lot of good things to say about the Meg. It is a big fun movie, and yeah, some people might have said, the bit at the end where it's attacking the beach and things. Some people have said to me, not enough people die at the end of the movie, and it's like, well, yeah,
you were never going to be entertained anyway.
I kind of take that point. However, considering the tone of the rest of the movie, for it to start slaughtering people left, right, and center at the end, it's kind of mean.
Sounds like you weren't here for the characters.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The sequel, so wild, it makes back its money. They start playing the Scorpions, in some trailers for us. It's like, okay, now you really know it's going to be over the top in this one. It gets a rare 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. And I'm like,
how dare they?
Are you kidding? Like 0% would be U-Ball or again, like Asylum level territory where there's nothing competent. Yeah. It looks like a student film. That's what you're telling me when you tell me 0%. And I'm like, no, false. That there are bad, mediocre movies with some highlights. There are other movies that are quoted, even though they're inferior sequels. When you tell me 0%, you're telling me like nothing in it worked at all. And so, don't get me wrong, I did see it. I found it watchable. I thought it was average, but I didn't hate it. I would like to see another one.
Yeah,
I think they are doing a part 3, or
maybe. The fact that Ben Wheatley directed it. I mean, when I first found out that Ben Wheatley was directing it, I was like, what? Really?
People have been bashing him lately. I've been a fan of Kill List, and I've been needing to catch up on some of his other unusual, morbid sci-fi and horror movies. I'm just like, okay, you don't have to like him, but he's got a vision. You can't say he's trying to be a knockoff artist,
It's a fairly bold choice for a director as well, for something that's that highly budgeted. Ben Wheatley wouldn't have been on the top of my list. I mean, I love him as a director, and I think Kill List is amazing.
And he's played around with TV. He's got fans of his from Doctor Who, and I thought he had worked on Game of Thrones, but I was thinking actually of Neil Marshall, but similar.
Yeah.
He's a genre guy. He likes doing all kinds of unusual concepts, and I'm like, so get that mainstream money, have fun. And I didn't feel like it did anything, that it wasn't trying to do. And I thought they were going to do a third one. I would not be against a third one. Why not?
I would definitely go and see a third one. I would be quite happy to.
For those listening, there's been some AI, fake trailers out there. I'm talking about legit information here, guys. I'm like, why not?
Yeah, I mean, slight aside about Ben Wheatley and about Kill List. He was showing, I think it was High Rise. There was a showing of High Rise at a cinema quite close there, and he was introducing it and doing a Q&A. But I brought my copy of Kill List for him to sign. And I kind of buttonholed him outside the screen and just said, I'm really sorry to bother you, Ben, but would you sign my copy of Kill List? And he was really nice. He was very chatty. And he said, well, what do you think of the movie? And I was like, I think Kill List is great. I said, but, I lend this movie out to people. And I said, there's a 50-50 split. And 50% of the movie, 50% of the people I give this.
You made a polarizing movie, but you got ambition.
Yeah, exactly. So 50% of the people I give the Blu-ray to say, that's great. Thank you for introducing me to the movie. And 50% of the people say, what the fuck is wrong with you? and Ben Wheatley said, that's probably the best review I could get.
Totally. Well, that sounds like a hell of a fun time.
Yes, it was. Yeah. It was a treat to have a chat to him. He's a very chatty. He's a very nice guy. If you watch his movies, you might not think that, especially Kill List. But he's very willing to chat about his movies, and he's very self-effacing as well. He was very he was almost embarrassed when I was like, oh, this is so good, this movie. And I think, I would highly recommend having a chat with Ben Wheatley if you get the chance.
I would love to talk to him, and I would probably even ask him just like actual like filmmaking advice and everything instead of just, oh my God, I'm gonna geek out over your movie.
We'll return after these messages.
Hey, it's Brent Pope, the host of Breakfast with Brent Pope. You've seen me on some of your favorite TV shows saying things like, "Give it up, Jimmy. You got to sink this putt to win." On Breakfast with Brent Pope, I sit down with guests from the entertainment world, and we do it all over breakfast. Or should I say Brentfast? Every week on Brentfast, you get inside Hollywood info and tips, great breakfast recs and booty debates. Most of all, you get the most delightful 30 minutes of your week. So dig in. It's Brentfast time. Listen at Brentfast.com, Apple Podcasts, or wherever fine podcasts are found.
Welcome to the Better Call Daddy Show, the #1 podcast where we admit, no matter what happens, Daddy has the advice we need to fix our problems. Introducing my dad, Mr. Wayne Friedman.
That was good. It would be nice if you could also sing a song.
What would the song be?
You love Paris in the springtime. I just made up some words to it.
I love Rena in the springtime. I love Rena in the fall.
That's right. That's good enough.
What I do is interview people of interest, share it with my dad, and get my dad's advice. My dad is my hero. Nobody's got my daddy.
Oh boy, let's go to Grandpa.
If you like to be a little rebel, I tried to rein you in. I have a daughter named Rena that acts just like I did. She's got a son that is not only just like me, but it's just like her.
I'm your host, Rena Friedman Watts. Invite your friends, subscribe, and I'm excited to take this journey with you. Let's dive in.
She was teasing this guy with this sword, and she accidentally cut his dick.
Oh my God, I'm dying.
And then he started to enjoy it. I started going down the phone sex rabbit hole. You've got the wankers, and they jerk off in 5 seconds, and then they're done because A, they don't want to spend money, and B, they're quick.
My stepfather had mania. If I'm yelling at one of my kids, that fear, that rigid fear.
Mom even said to me, I hope you have a kid just like you.
There are lots of people that are being bought and sold right now for profit.
If you think you're going to kill yourself, shut up and kill yourself. If you're not going to kill yourself, then shut up, smarten up, and it's all on you. The bullshit has to end.
Wow.
When I was 11 years old, I was raped and molested over the course of a year.
What Jeffrey Epstein had was a sickness inside of him.
I am Evan Castrilli Carmichael. I could do anything that I believe that I can.
I'm so excited too. Let's go.
Next on Better Call Daddy with my mom and my grandpa.
Stay tuned.
Follow us on the web on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The podcast is available on Podbean, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor, Apple, and anywhere else podcasts are available. Feel free to review our show and leave comments on any of those sites. Thanks a million for listening.
It's a jacked up